Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Steps now afoot to digitize records after fire destroys more than century-old Bergdam station. Despite being more than a century-old, efforts to implement technological advancement to the Bergdam police station have been slow. It is only after a massive fire which destroyed the central police station for the A Division some 2 weeks ago that it is being announced that steps will be taken to properly digitize all the records of the Ghana Police Force. The issue was underscored during the opening ceremony of support for the criminal justice system pre-trial detention custodial alternatives workshop held at the Officers Training Center last week. Attorney General Anil Nandlal told some 31 ranks present for the training to build capacity within the Ghana Police Force for prosecution of criminal cases that the destruction of the Bergdam police station and all its records by fire will significantly affect their ability to function. In other news, with September 2021 deemed the deadliest COVID-19 month so far, it is also the month with the highest number of positive cases and saw over 6,000 persons contracting the virus. According to Kaieteur's analysis, from September 1st to the 30th, 2021, some 6,285 persons tested positive for COVID-19 out of the 33,696 confirmed cases reported to date. Out of the 6,285 persons who contracted the virus, 3,514 were women, while 2,771 were men. During that period, the least number of cases seen in one day was recorded on September 26th, with 88, while on September 21st, some 362 persons tested positive, making the highest number of cases recorded within a 24-hour period. And moving on, the government has successfully completed the initial draft of the new Mental Health Act, which will replace the previous one of 1930. According to information outlined in the mid-year report of the Ministry of Finance, the draft will address areas such as procedures of mental health, care not requiring consent by individuals, psychosurgery, electroconvulsive therapy, establishment of a community of mental health service model, among others, and is presently under review by experts and stakeholders. And now let's tell you that the Starbuck Block Production Sharing Agreement is often described by industry stakeholders as being replete with provisions that sell out the interest of present and future generations of Guyanese. One glaring example of this relates to the relinquishment provision. It speaks to the giving up of portions of the oil blocks over the 10-year exploration period. During an invited comment, attorney at law and chartered accountant Christopher Ram lamented that both the coalition and the PPPC government have utilized a loophole in the Petroleum Act to the benefit of ExxonMobil and its partners, Hess Corporation and CNOOC. Ram explained that the initial period of a prospecting license is 4 years. Such license is subject to 2 renewals of 3 years each. He noted that under normal circumstances, ExxonMobil would have been expected to follow the foregoing process. Instead, through the reckless abuse of the loophole in the law which obliges that the subject minister can vary the relinquishment arrangements, no relinquishment is required after 4 years and only 20% after the end of 7 years, compared with 75% in normal situations. He was keen to note that the first person to utilize this loophole was Janet Jagan in the 1999 pre-discovery agreement and made worse under the 2012 model agreement produced during the time of former President Donald Ramotar and former Natural Resources Minister Robert Prasad. But the chartered accountant reserved his disgust with Trotman, Greenidge, and Granger, the key players in the 2016 post-discovery agreement and its relinquishment provisions. And to wrap things up for this evening, Let's tell you that the global COVID-19 pandemic has caused a setback in the completion of the Chedi Jagan International Airport expansion project. This is according to the Ministry of Finance's 2021 media report. It was stated that while the modernization of CJIA continues to be a priority of government's infrastructure agenda, there have been some setbacks in the progress of works due to the delays in the delivery of imported materials owing to the ongoing pandemic. Also mentioned in the report is that the government has spent a total of $692 million in the first half of 2021 to improve the country's air transport infrastructure. According to reports, the $150 million airport expansion project has faced several delays. The airport expansion contract was signed in 2011 under then-President Bharat Jagdeo and was passed through the truncated presidency of Donald Ramotar. When the David Granger administration took over in 2015, it claimed that the very defective plan needed adjustments. Then Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson has said that upon assumption of the office, the APNU-AFC administration had found that only 7% of the works was completed, with claims for $90 million casting aspersions on the PPPC's management of the project. With that, we've come to the end